Well, hello everyone, how are you? It's lovely to see you again as usual, and I hope you've all had a brilliant week. I've had a great week. The weather's been absolutely fantastic, so thank you for joining me for another week of family meals. If you're new and you're not normally here, this is What's for Tea, and this is our family meals of the week. I normally start off on Monday all the way through till today, which is Sunday. But just before I move on, I wanted to say a big thank you to the supporters of the channel over on my Patreon page. And I've had to put you in 2 pages now, so because there's been more of you in the last couple of days, so thank you all very much. And I'll leave a link to my Patreon page underneath this video if you want to go and check it out. So like I said, this is our family meals of the week. We're a family of 4. Sometimes it's just me and the other half. The 2 girls are considered key workers, so they're not always here, but I do let you know if it's just me and Mr. What's for Tea. And hopefully these videos will give you ideas for you and your own family. There's nothing fancy. I'm not a chef or a cook or anything like that. You know, I'm just a bit of a foodie. So let's go and see what we had. On Monday, and I made ham salad baguettes. So these are the sort of half-baked ones that you bake at home. And I put some spread and some tomatoes, some deli ham, some lettuce, some salad dressing. We also did a wee salad on the side with some potato salad and potato crisps. Now, I know that's carbs on carbs on carbs, but nobody else in the house is overweight. It's just me. So this was the ham that I used, and the potato salad and these crisps. I actually just had a steak and some veggies. So I had a rump steak, again this was from M&S, some cauliflower and some caramelised onions, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. I'd liked a couple of chips at the side, but I didn't have any. Delicious. Moving on to Tuesday, and I made a mince round, and I'll leave the recipe for this in the description box down below. So it's basically a mince pie. Very Scottish and traditional. I had some Ayrshire potatoes, which are absolutely fabulous, and some baked beans on the side. So any recipes that I've done a video on, I always leave in the show more box underneath. And I just had a simple tuna salad. Again, I would have usually had a baked potato with this, but I didn't have one. Moving on to Wednesday, and I made good old macaroni cheese. We have this most weeks, and it's a favourite in the house, and it's absolutely delicious, but packed with cream and butter and cheese and flour and all sorts of naughty things. So I didn't have this, but yeah, delicious anyway. With just some garden peas at the side, and this was it, just out of the oven. Oh, I can still smell that now. And this is what I had. I had a couple of plant-based burgers with a wee bit of salad at the side, and it was actually very tasty. Moving on to Thursday, it was just me and Mr. What's for Tea. So these are the pork chops I got from the butcher last week. I had them in the freezer. So Mr. What's for Tea had these with some roast potatoes, some mashed turnip and some cauliflower on the side, and a rich cheese sauce on top of the cauliflower. I think cheese sauce goes wonderful with cauliflower. It's one of my favourite things. I had that as well, but I had corn sausages instead of the chops, and I didn't have the cheese sauce. And moving on to Friday, and we had slow cooker mince. So it's some mashed potatoes, some mixed veggies, and that's the slow cooker mince there. And again, I'll leave a recipe for this underneath the video. And I just had a penne arrabbiata, so that's a very spicy tomato, garlic, chilli and onion sauce with the penne pasta, and I like that whether I'm dieting or not. And moving on to Saturday, and we had some sausages. So I made a very creamy mashed potato. These pork sausages are from the butcher, and again with the baked beans. We really do like baked beans with mashed potato, especially with sausages. And this is what I had. I had the plant-based kebab meat inside a wholemeal pita with some homemade chips and a wee bit of side salad. Now moving on to today, I had a cheat day. I'm going to hold my hands up and say I had a cheat day. I've done so well the last few months. I gave myself a wee treat. So this is what I had, and we all had something from the Chinese. So boiled rice, beef curry, a few chips and some prawn crackers. So that was the end of our week of family meals, and I thoroughly enjoyed that curry. I think it was especially because I haven't had anything that I shouldn't have had, you know, in so long. It was just, my mouth was watering, waiting on it coming. But thank you all for watching. If you're leaving at this point, it's lovely to have you, and yeah, hopefully see you again next week. For everybody else that's staying on, I'm just going to show you a selection of your comments from my videos that I've done during the week. So let's go and see what you were saying this week. So your first comment this week is from Chella Girl. I would love the Toblerone ice cream bars. That's a favourite, my favourite chocolate bar. Yeah, these look absolutely amazing. They haven't been eaten yet, so I can't tell you what they're like, but I'm sure they're going to be wonderful. Toblerone is actually one of my favourites. I like the white Toblerone. So thanks for your comment. The next comment is from Martin Allman. He's written, I'm curious, what's the difference in price when it comes to the tatties and peeled tatties where you live? You can't even get peeled ones in Sweden. I'm not even looking for them. I prefer them in their skins on. I peel them if I need to, no bother. I'm just curious. I love this channel. Well, thank you very much, Martin, for your comment. You know, there's not a great deal in price between them. The peeled potatoes are about 75p, and you can buy a bag of these wee baby potatoes for around about £1. So there's no great difference in the price. It's really just convenience. You know, if you're busy, they're very handy just to be able to throw in the oven if you're making. I wouldn't use them for something like mashed potatoes or anything like that. I would only use them for, you know, if I was making chips or if I was making roast potatoes, which is what I use them for. They're just so easy. I parboil my potatoes first in some salted water for about 5 minutes, and then I drain them off. I give them a good shake in the dry saucepan to sort of rough them up around the edges, and I'll have a tray in the oven with some olive oil in the bottom, getting nice and spitting hot, and then I'll toss the potatoes in the hot oil and put a wee bit of sea salt on top and leave them in there for about 50 minutes. Turn them a couple of times during the cooking time, and they'll be lovely and crispy and golden brown. So that's what I do with them. So thank you for your comment. Moving on, your next comment's from Gillian Thurlow. She's written, only just found your channel, lovely recipes, going to try lots of them. Thank you, Cheryl. I have subscribed as well, going to be cooking. Well, thank you very much for deciding to subscribe, and I'm glad you found our wee corner of YouTube, so welcome to you. Next comment is from Windhorse Forge Traveller. Jasper, where is she hiding you? Yeah, I haven't really been putting on many videos of him recently. I kept meant to do it and then I kept forgetting. So I have remembered to add a wee bit of Jasper just at the end of Meals of the Week. So he says hello to all of you. The next comment is from Jane Lowe. This looks so good, and limoncello is one of my favourites, usually in my Christmas stocking. Yeah, this is the first time I've actually used limoncello, or limoncello, I think it's known as, Jane. But it was delightful. It was so nice, and I've actually put this bottle, or the rest of it, into the freezer because, like I said, this is the first time we've tried it. I've never actually needed it before now, but so glad that I found it because it's such a lovely summery drink, and I think it'll be quite nice with lemonade. The next comment's from Christopher Howison. Oh my god, that looks so good. Thank you for making that for us, even though you can't eat it. Yeah, no, you're the best. Oh, keep your limoncello in the freezer. Makes it thick and a nice little shot. Well, Christopher, that's exactly where it is just now. And like I said to Jane before, you know, it's the first time I've actually tried this, and it's very nice, quite refreshing, and be lovely on a hot day. Moving on to Susan Lynch. Nothing quite like hearing tiramisu in a Scottish accent. Love it, yeah. Tiramisu, or I think you can call it tiramisu or tiramisu. So I think it just depends. But yeah, thank you very much for your comment. I always get a chuckle at these kind of comments, you know, when they do mention my accent, because there are quite a lot of you that do mention it, funny enough. So thank you for your comment and watching. The next comment's from Margaret Ballantyne. Hi Margaret. She's written, hi Cheryl, I really fancy making this, but I don't like coffee or alcohol. Do you have any idea what I could substitute? Well, I've had a few comments asking that, and I would suggest something like a lemon cordial or a lemon squash. Obviously water it down and warm it up in the same way, because you want it to soak into your sponges, and I don't know if it would soak in the same way if it was cold. So yeah, I don't see why not, because it's just for the sort of wet sort of lemon mixture. So yeah, give it a go. Let me know if you do. Thanks for your comment. Next comment is from Penny H. Sweet Jesus, I'm on day 2 of my diet. Why did I watch this? Lol, looks amazing. Thanks for the recipe. Well, thanks for watching, Penny, and I'd love to take credit for the recipe, but it's not my recipe. It was actually a recipe I watched by Laura Vitale, or Laura in the Kitchen. I've been subscribed to her for years, and she's just amazing. She's beautiful, and her recipes are incredible. So as much as I'd like to say it's my recipe, it's not, but it's a wonderful recipe nonetheless, so thank you very much for watching. This comment this week is from Claire MacLeod. No eggs, what? Wow, I love you, Mrs. What's for Tea. I cannot eat raw egg. Allergic reaction, hashtag 101. So I didn't vote for this recipe because my brain went tiramisu equals raw egg, but this is an awesome recipe because I love lemon. Many thanks. Well, you're very welcome, Claire, but like I said before, it's not actually my recipe, but it is a recipe that doesn't require egg. Obviously egg is used to basically hold the thing together, and you know, so that it keeps its shape, but because you're using lemon curd, that kind of does the same type of job, you know, because there's obviously eggs and lemon curd as well. So you're not having to use the raw eggs, which puts a lot of people off, you know, the traditional tiramisu, the coffee one, which would have eggs in it. And I've done that before on the channel as well. So I'm glad that was more to your liking, and it certainly appeals to me more as well, because I'm not the biggest fan of eggs, you know, as you'll know if you watch the channel for a wee while. So there's Jasper there chilling out after a long, hard day. So he's there for those of you who have asked where he is. He's not going anywhere. He's still in the same place. You can usually find him between 1 of 3 places. He doesn't go very far. So that was my meals of the week this week, guys, and all of your lovely comments. Well, not all of your comments, because obviously there are hundreds of them now, so I try and answer as many as I can, and I tend to focus on the newer videos rather than ones I've done last year or even the year before. So yeah, so if I haven't got round to answering your question, just know that I probably have read it, because I do read about 90% of them. I do read as many as I can, you know, time permitting. So thank you all for watching, subscribing, becoming a Patreon, you know, commenting over there, commenting over here, thumbsing up my videos, or even thumbsing down the videos. Really doesn't matter. It all counts as engagement at the end of the day. So until I see you next, I'm going to see you during the week for another wee recipe, and then of course my shopping haul midweek, and then back for meals of the week on Sunday. So whenever you choose to join me again, remember to take care of yourselves, you know, and really do take care of yourselves and keep yourself safe in what is very uncertain times at the moment. And I'll catch up with you shortly. So lots of love, and bye for now. Bye now.